Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are setting up a standby cluster in Patroni, a full Patroni managed cluster that replicates from a completely separate Patroni cluster, potentially in another data center, without any manual recovery.conf style setup. So Patroni handles the connection, follows failovers, and manages everything for us. You just need a few settings in the right places. So we won't be covering how to set up HCD or pattern itself in this video. Since we have already got a blog post on that, I will drop the link in the pinned comment for reference. Now let's go into the demo. We have got two independent clusters here. One is DC1, a normal 3-node primary cluster. Another is DC2, which we are about to configure as a standby cluster that pulls from DC1. So let me show you the cluster here. This is the cluster. So as you can see, DC1 is just a regular cluster, nothing special here yet. So this is what we will be replicating from. And the step 1 here is creating a permanent replication slot on the primary side. So before DC2 can connect, DC1 needs a replication slot for it to use, and we want this slot to be permanent, meaning Patroni automatically recreates it on whichever node becomes DC1's primary, even after a failover on the DC1 side. So we are looking for this block in the config. If this is not already present in DC1's config, go ahead and add it using edit-config. To double check the slot actually exists or not, we can query it directly on the primary using PG replication slots. Let me check that. So here it is. So and the another step we need to do is configuring DC2 as a standby cluster. This is the key step, the setting that actually turns DC2 into a standby cluster instead of an independent one. It goes into DC2's config under bootstrap.dcs. So, a couple of things worth calling out here. Host is DC1's VIP. You can point this at a specific node's IP instead. But using the VIP keeps DC2 working even if DC1 fails over internally. So primary slot name must exactly match the slot name we created back in step 1. This setting only needs to exist on the DC2. As DC1 has no concept of a standby cluster from its perspective, DC2 is just another replication client for it. So one important caveat here is, since standby cluster lives under bootstrap.dcs, it's only read at first bootstrap. That means this needs to be in a place before you initialize the DC2 cluster for the first time. If DC2 has already been bootstrapped as a normal cluster, you can't retroactively convert it. So you would need to reinitialize it as a fresh standby cluster. And the step 3 here is bootstrap DC2. With the config in place, let's start Patroni on the first DC2 node. I'm running this on the DC2 node 1. Yeah. Checking it. Here we go. Notice the role here. So it's not leader, it's standby leader. That's Patroni confirming this node is read-only and is responsible for pulling data from DC1. Now let's bring up the remaining DC2 nodes the same way. And there we go. All three nodes are up with DC2 node 2 and DC2 node 3 cascading from the standby leader. So let's do this step 4, confirming replication via pgstat replication. Let's verify the whole chain is actually working or not. I'll run this on the DC1 node 1. Here we can see DC2 node 1. It confirms that DC2 standby leader is connected. And we'll check in DC2 node 1. So it confirms it's streaming from DC1 using the Patroni slot. So, and that confirms it end to end. DC2 is now a fully Patroni managed standby cluster, replicating live from DC1 with zero manual streaming replication setup involved. So that's the whole configuration in a nutshell. One permanent slot on the primary side, one standby cluster block on the standby side pointing at a floating VIP, and Patroni takes care of the rest. Bootstrapping, cascading inside the standby cluster and keeping the replication link alive. So if you found this useful, hit like and let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. See you in the next video. Thank you.